Hi, I'm Devaraj Southworth, CEO and co-founder of Thirstie, the leading e-commerce and data solutions provider for beverage alcohol brands in the US. I'm joined today by Shay Smith, founder and CEO of Hawaii Sea Spirits, producer of the award-winning Ocean Organic Vodka. Shay joins us from beautiful Maui. Welcome to the show, Shay.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to talk story.
Good stuff. Can't say that every bone in my body is jealous about that place that you're sitting in right now. I
won't rub it in then.
So the Are You Thirsty series in partnership with Park Street is a collection of informative interviews with Thirstie brand partners to discuss insights, lessons learned, and best practices as they relate to e-commerce for beverage alcohol brands. You can find the full suite of Are You Thirsty interviews within the Park Street University archives. So Shay, perhaps to start, you can provide a little history behind Hawaii Sea Spirits and the Ocean Organic Vodka brand you've built.
Yeah, well, thank you for the opportunity. Hawaii Sea Spirits and Ocean Organic Vodka are a family company. We created it about 15 years ago with the premise of building a brand that could compete globally based on quality and just so happen to be from Hawaii and give it that kind of feel and flavor. Just like Hawaii is one of the leading places to visit across the world, we wanted something similar in a consumable product that people could then, again, have a little sip, remember whatever good times are out there for them, and have us be a part of that family. And in developing it, we looked at not only quality, but innovation. So innovation in ingredients where we utilize organic sugarcane as our base, and then we blend that with a deep ocean mineral water. It's actually ocean water from 3,000 feet deep. It's very mineral rich. We'll remove the excess salt, but leave the minerals in it. So it has a little bit more of a mouthfeel and texture. And then that blended with the organic sugarcane spirits gives it a little bit of a sweetness to the front, smooth on the palate. And when you're combining that with fresh juices, it really livens a drink and makes it very refreshing. So we feel we've built a very nice platform for people to enjoy around the world. And, kind of looking back at the innovation side of what we're doing, it kind of goes back to our branding, our bottle, very iconic bottle setting. We here it is. We designed it after the ancient, it's like a fishing float. So back in the days, they used to hand blow glass balls to float the nets. And being that we're in Hawaii, surrounded by water, we felt that it was nice to be able to link that branding to the actual brand DNA. So the bottle itself resembles that. It does sit at an angle, which really is more like a globe. So as the Earth goes around the sun, it's the axis. So it's at the Earth's axis. So a little, fun little facts of how we kind of went into creating, award-winning packaging that helps communicate our brand and our family's, mission to people all around the world.
Fascinating. Well, thanks for sharing that. Sort of just off the topic a little bit here, is there a patent you can look after or look towards with regards to that angle? I know that another one of our customers, Sapporo, right, Michael Jordan's tequila, there is a method to, the angles that are in the cap, right? There's like 2s and 3s. I love that story, by the way. I mean, it's fascinating, but just curious, is there something IP related there?
We went down that path and do have that bottle shape patented for us as well. It's a challenging bottle to work with, on a lot of different fronts. When we bottle it, it actually has to be pucked. So it goes in a puck so that it sits upright and runs through the system. So it takes a little bit more hand holding for sure to have this package be usable for us. But again, the ability for it to talk and communicate not only on your platform, but on a shelf out in where I'm not at and I can't tell my wonderful story, it helps me in communicating that. So yeah, we've done well.
Stunning. So the vodka segment of the industry has seen, considerable growth over the past few years, and it continues to be a dominant market segment, no questions. There are large mainstream brands like Smirnoff and Absolut that come to mind. We've seen several interesting trends recently in the areas of sustainability, of craft, to your point, of innovation, and then also talking about regional domestic brands and new super premium vodkas. Can you highlight for us how your very special vodka brand from Hawaii is competing with the so-called Goliaths out there, Shay?
Yeah, and thank you. As you can imagine, it's very challenging to stand out where it's a very seasoned industry where the players are good at what they do. And so we looked at it kind of going back to what my intro there. It's about being innovative and bringing something different and interesting to the customer, right? So from an ingredient standpoint, we're looking at, key ingredients that not only from a marketing perspective are interesting, but from how they play with the overall, taste and flavor profile and feel of our spirits in particular. And then coupling that with, innovative and, risky bottle designs, right? So Ocean being our flagship is the most iconic of our bottles, but you'll see our whole portfolio is led first by quality, which allows you to, if somebody drinks it, they might drink it again, right? That's always important. And then from there, it's how do we get them to drink it? How do we get them in their hand? How to experience it? And for us, given limited resources, it's captivated. Be captivating in your presence, right? So our packaging captivated. Once they get into the story is very captivating, where it leads all the way back to paradise, right? So it leads back to Hawaii, and that, whether or not you have memories of being there or you have dreams of going, those things just, are coupled with the quality, the innovation, the entrepreneurial spirit of our family. And those are things that stand out even in a crowded industry and give you a chance to grow your business. And your platform is another element that allows us to share those things, track those things, and then again build our family base even larger.
No, that's thank you for that. And the phrase is slightly overused, but there is a story in every bottle, right? And having a content-rich journey to explain all of the wonderful qualities in a meaningful way is what we've been trying to build into our platform. So end to end, your customer feels that they're interacting with the brand that they know and love, or know and are starting to love, right? So that's important for us, and to be able to retain that customer and without them feeling like they're being redirected to another platform has been sort of one of the 2 or 3 items that we spend a lot of time on. We talked about data a little bit, so maybe I'll punt to that in a little while. But the solution that you have embraced, and we're eternally grateful for you to be one of those early believers, gives you as the supplier, the brand, the ability to interact directly with your customer, right? Which is what this is all about, and something that has been a real challenge given the 3-tier regulations in the United States. So Shay, perhaps you can speak to your decisioning process when you decided to launch your online or your digital storefront, maybe some of the criteria that was important, and any lessons that you learned during your first year working with us.
Yeah, we took it on like we were looking at here on the farm. So we invite visitors in here. We want to give them a certain experience. We want to give them a certain follow through on what it is we're doing, and be able to communicate with them and track and have, let's call it a long-term relationship, right? And so looking at it from the online perspective, it's very similar, right? It's your online home. It's your ability to have people come visit you, learn your story, And then with Thirstie, it gives you an ability to actually hold their hand if they choose to, to buy or purchase your product, and kind of guide them through that experience without all the noise that's around. So we've learned that it has all those elements. Now, how to best have our team, tackle those things and to build on our consumer base, or target, or try to look at how to, if somebody, somebody puts it in their cart, then it takes it out. What are we doing? How are we going about actually servicing them properly as a customer, like we would here on the farm?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's it's about, in your gentle way, controlling that purchase journey, right, and leading them to a place where they can make that capable decision, but you're giving them all the right, or hopefully all the right tools. So, given that your organic vodka was an early adopter of our platform this last year, and clearly what a year it's been. Clearly, the economic ramifications of the COVID-19 and the pandemic are still impacting our industry to this day. Are there a few things that you might highlight in a best practice manner that you feel are important, or maybe even critical to establishing this online business on a go-forward basis?
Yeah. It's really about the things that we kind of talked about in competing with brands, when, actually working against and doing the things here on the farm, to where you want to communicate, right? So you're leading with communication, follow through, and getting that connection and having it be fluid instead of fragmented, right? So best practices is looking at it, having it as a platform, and then utilizing that platform to try to figure out how that consistency can be made with communication for existing customers, new customers, and even, targeted potential customers down the road. So it really allows you, as you said earlier, to guide, new, old, and prospects to a sale, for them to enjoy it, in their own environment.
Got you. Well, appreciate the time, Shay, and you joining me today and providing your thoughts as they relate to e-commerce. And if you haven't tasted Ocean Organic Vodka just yet, I strongly recommend you do. And of course, you'll be able to order online via shop.oceanvodka.com. Shay, before we kind of wrap up in a few minutes here, any final comments or any thoughts for folks tuning in?
Just wanted to thank you for being an inspiration out there for us entrepreneurs that are in the trenches as well. And it's nice to see the innovation. It's nice to see success in that innovation. And with yours in particular, it really helps us, as to be competitive out there. And we appreciate it and wish you all the luck moving forward.
Thank you so much, Shay. We're big believers in you and your brand, and we're humbled that you were embracing our product early on, and we wish you the same success. So
thank you.
Best of luck, and you're welcome here anytime.
Aloha.
Take care.